Hey y'all, welcome to the filling station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in the market or to just learn from the market. But first, let me give my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. If you could please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that, because we learn and we grow together. With that being said, y'all, let's get started. We are looking at Tesla, and as you can see on this 30-minute chart, we closed at 238.01. In pre-market, we've already hit a pre-market low of 228.77. So where are the trouble places for Tesla? We kind of knew that we could possibly have trouble at that 229.06. You see, we broke through that only to come down to this 228. So where are the trouble places as of right now? Back to the downside. Let's say that, right? See if I can make that a little bit bigger for us. Tesla is interesting. Let me say that. So to the downside, I'm going to go back out. So to the downside, let's find out where our support places are. Under this level of 229.06, we have around the 228.10, and if we should lose that area, 227.41, not far away. Breaking that brings us back to 226.13. Under that 225.21, and if we should break that 224.57, if we break that 224.57, you see here we have support down here at 222.98, breaking that 222 even. And if we should break that 222 area here, which would not surprise me if we are in that today, you know, we have 219.68, and if we break that 219.68, you can see there's a lot of support lines here, right? Under 219.68, 217.30 could very well be a trouble place for Tesla. Now back to the upside, you see this area of 231.15 is a resistance area. Breaking that, we could possibly have, you know, a little trouble here around the 232.25, and keep in mind there's a few layers of resistance in that area. So breaking that level of the 232.25, we could possibly have trouble again at 233.68. And as you can see, the 20 EMA and the ATR trailing stop and a previous support area here at the 234.23 area. So I would watch it at the 234.50 range, because breaking that, we could very well come back and retest the 235.87, and breaking that, we could very well come back to the 236.81. Not saying that I see that today for Tesla, but anything is possible. Y'all know Tesla does what it does. Anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. I'm going to go to a smaller time frame because I thought I saw a bear flag for Tesla. I'm not really sure, so I just wanted to go and see here. That's where I thought I saw that bear flag, and if so, then the possible target that I had, or the downside target that I had for Tesla, would have been around the 223 area. Again, not financial advice. Anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. So we are now looking at the SPY. We closed at 567.15. Y'all see this higher 569 that we made on yesterday? Very interesting, right? So where are the trouble places for the SPY? Y'all know I like to look at support and resistance on a much smaller scale, because when I'm in the trade, I kind of want to know where my possible trouble places are, right? So back to the upside of 566.23, if we should break that area, 566.58, and if we should break that, we have 567.19, could be a trouble place, right? So back to the upside, continuing breaking past this 567.19, we could very well have trouble 567.70, breaking that 568.16, and breaking that 568.46, and not far away 568.69, because so those could be our resistance areas for the SPY as of right now. Breaking that 568.69, you see there's a few layers, 569.03 up to the 568.42. So if you're trading the SPY today, those are resistance areas. Now let's look to the downside, y'all, because this is an interesting market, right? But if you get your direction right, depending on what you're trading, you could very well make some really decent profit. Let's say that. So back to the downside, under this level here of 565.35, we have support, I would say, down here at the 564.84. But as you can see, that 50 EMA has been support for us before. Pre-market 565.13, definitely need to watch that. So that 565.13, breaking that, we could very well come back and retest the 564.84, and breaking that 564.41 is our ATR trailing stop as of now. If we should lose that area, 564.20, And if we break that 564.20, you see here at 563.83, price has been in this area here for a while. So we need to know that that can come back and be a support place for us. So 563.80 is a support area for us now, continuing to the downside under 563.80. We could very well come back to the 563.50, breaking that 563.50. Y'all see here, 563.20. There's a few layers of support here, so I would definitely watch it around this 200 EMA at the 562.46. So if you trade the SPY, and if you're trading the SPY today, these are your areas to the upside and to the downside. And y'all know I say so often, in this market anything is possible, nothing is guaranteed. We are now looking at AMD. We closed at 104.59, and as you can see, we've been trading in this little zone here for a while. Support as of right now 104.08. Resistance is, we could say here, around the 104.85, right? So if we should break the 104.85, just know 105.24 could be a trouble place, and breaking that level around the 105.88, and I'm just going to the high, these candles here, as a rejection area, 105.88. If we lose that area or break through that area, let's say that 106.51. If we break the 106.51, we have 106.96, again 107.31 and 107.65. Those are your resistance areas as of now for AMD. Now let's look back to the downside, because right now there's a 50 EMA and a previous support line here at this 104.08 area. So if we should break that, we have this, y'all see that ATR trailing stop and a previous resistance or support line here at the 103.68. So I would watch AMD under 103.63 area, because that is the area, in my opinion, strong support. If we should break that, we could very well come back down to this level here of 102.80. Breaking the 102.80 brings us back to the 102.26, and if we should lose that, we have 101.62 as a support place for AMD. So if you're trading AMD today, these are your areas to the upside and to the downside. Y'all trade carefully today. Now we're now looking at NVDA. We closed at 119.53, and it too looks like it's declining. It's finding support in this area, let's say around the 118.95 and 118.95. Let's look at resistance areas or trouble places back to the upside. We would need to get back above 119.32, and if we should break that level, we could possibly have trouble 119.78. Again here at 120.05. And again at 120.24, breaking that level 120.62. If we break that 120.62, it's really close to the ATR trailing stop and a few layers of support. So I will watch that 120.68 for NVIDIA, because breaking that and breaking up to the 120.80 area, we could very well continue to the upside. Just know that there's a lot of resistance here. I would say from the 120.62 to the 128.89, and if we should break that level, just know the next level is around the 120.145 for NVIDIA. Now back to the downside, if by chance we continue declining under this 118.86, we could very well find support here, 118.53, breaking that level 118.30, and if we break the 118.30, I have 117.97, breaking that 117.86. If we should break that 117.60, again 117.29, breaking that level 117 even, and breaking that 117, we can come back to the 116.34. Just keep in mind, anything is possible. So if you're trading NVIDIA today, these are areas to the upside and to the downside. Let's look at Meta today just to see where we are. We closed at the 604.90, and it too has been trading in this area. Y'all see this gray shaded area here at 601.57. It's kind of like our support. Resistance is around 604.20. There's a big range right here, but that's the range, that's the zone that we've been trading in. So trouble places, if we break that 604.02, we could very well come back and have trouble around 605.17, which is not far from the ATR trailing stop at 605.42. In my opinion, strong support or strong resistance. In this case, it will be strong resistance. Now, if we should break that level, 605.07 is our 200 EMA as of now. If we should break that 606.07, if we should break that 60607, we could very well come back and have trouble around the 60780. And if we should break that 60825, breaking that level 60883 could be a rejection area. Now back to the downside. Let's say we get under the $600.86, which is possible, right? So if we break that level, we could very well come back and find supports 599.71, breaking that level 598.78, breaking that the 598 even. And if we should break that level, have 596.85 as a support place. And if we should break that 596.85, we can come back to the 594.67. So if you are trading Meta today, these are areas to the upside and to the downside. Again, not financial advice, y'all. This has been an interesting market. Let's say that we're now looking at Apple. We close at 214. It is two moving sideways or in a gathering spot for us. Resistance areas as of right now at 214.05. If we should break that, 214.50. And if we should break the 214.52, 214.96, and breaking that level, we can come back to this 215.22, which is not far from the 200 EMA as of now at that 215.42. So if by chance you're trading Apple, those are areas to the upside that we could possibly get rejected. Now back to the downside, I would say if we break under the 213, we could very well come back and find support around the 212.72, which is not far from the 212.63 ATR trailing stop. In my opinion, that is our strong support at this time. So if we should break that 212.63 for Apple, we could very well come back to the range of 212. Even breaking that 212, we can come back to around the 211.42. And if we should break that, we could come back to around the 210.78 area. So if you are trading Apple today, these are your areas to the upside and to the downside. I do remember that we had one inside day candle, and that was GOOGL. Alphabet Inc. A is an inside day candle. Y'all know I like to give the triggers to that, meaning if it should break above the 166.31, we have an upside target of 166.51. Now to the downside, which we have already tested that area before, 163.66, breaking that gives us a downside target for Alphabet Inc. A or Google at 162.45. So if you trade Google today, GOOGL, it is an inside day candle today. So y'all know I say trade carefully. Once it goes against your why, get out. Live to trade another day. Make sure you set your stop losses or whatever it is that you choose to use. Make sure that you have the discipline to execute your plan, right? So again, I hope that these videos are very, very helpful. I hope that everyone have a very profitable and a very productive day today. If you could please again like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that, because y'all, we learn and we grow together. So until next time, y'all be blessed as well as a blessing unto others.